Hey y'all, this video is strictly for my females only. So all the men, I need y'all to get out real quick. This video is for my ladies and my women and my girls. Okay, well, for the last 3 days, I have been stuck on Adam and Eve's story because for some reason, all these stories correlate with one another. The Adam and Eve story, the Noah's Ark story, the flood, the what's that other one? It's four. It's like all of these stories kind of correlate. They all kind of mean the same thing, but they're in different situations. So I was thinking about how we as women, because in the beginning of time, we didn't need men to have babies. We didn't need men to have babies. We were virgins that was having babies. Our hymen was never broken. So we really didn't need men to have babies. I'm not going to say that men was not there, but the way we made babies, it wasn't where as though we would have intercourse with a man. And then I was thinking about how our bodies are, and then I was thinking about how men bodies are. And my thing is that even over the generations and the evolution of man, it's certain parts of the female body, it's certain parts of the female entity that you cannot change no matter how many times you alter the body. So when I started to do a little bit of deep thinking, it's just a thought, ladies. I want y'all to see if y'all can come up with something like that too, or something different. But I was saying if we didn't need men to actually have sex with us and we could still have babies, how is that? Because I know it was some type of energy that we had to have in us. And then I was thinking about fruit and trees and vegetables. And then I thought about the soil. And I was thinking that if we as the female entity, we have life in us, that means we give life to the world. How would we insert life into this world without the man? So remember what I just said before, no matter how many times that they evolutionize the man, it's certain parts of the man that they cannot mess with. All they can do is lie to us about it, but they can't fuck with it. So I was thinking we are programmed to know that men don't need it in order for us to have babies, right? But what if that is so, the way we have been created over time, that we actually now do need men to have babies, because we do. But what about ovulation? Have y'all ever thought about ovulation? Like, y'all do know as women, we carry over 1 billion eggs in us. We carry just as many eggs as a man has sperm. If anything, we carry just as much eggs as a man has sperm. So I was thinking that if we ovulate, we don't need a man to ovulate. Our body automatically ovulates on its own, right? Now, mind you, they can't change the body of man, but they can lie to us. Every month, a woman ovulates, right? And when a woman ovulates, she gets extremely aroused, right? Right? We do. Because that lets the man know that we are ready to mate. But what if we were lied to? What if the fact when we ovulate, right? That is actually the energy that let us know that it is time to bear fruit. So when we ovulate, right? When we going through these motions, when we ovulate, we as women, we discharge a lot when we are ovulating, don't we, women? Have any, because I know I do it, have any last one of y'all women ever looked at your discharge when you were ovulating and see all them eggs that is in your discharge when you ovulate? That is not lumps. That is not clogged. That is egg. That is your baby that is in your hand. So a man was not needed because your eggs is sitting in your hand. So how did you have that egg and you were just ovulating? So what if actually when we bear eggs, when we ovulate, we as the entity supposed to plant these eggs in the soil of the ground and it bears fruit? And this is how we have the trees and all the fruits and the vegetables, because it took us, the woman, to actually bear the fruit. So what if what if every month when we are ovulating and we are laying eggs, we are actually doing the natural way of life, but we have been programmed and fucked to every time when we get aroused and start laying these eggs, the first thing we go to is a man, and then he stick us, and then we get pregnant. But technically, our real babies is what's coming out of us that's supposed to go back into the earth to create life. But yet, when we get aroused, we get a man and we get a baby. So technically, we have babies every month, but we having babies in a physical way, because once the man has sex with us, now we having a human baby. Because the man gave it to us, when on our own, we have our own eggs. And every month we taking our own eggs and we throwing it in the toilet and throwing it in the trash. And these are our real eggs that we're supposed to give back to earth to bear fruit and life to the world. Because we've been lied to, and we've just been taking our eggs and because a woman discharge is very sacred. It cleans us. I'm like, and I came to this enlightenment, like, what the fuck? Because I don't mean no harm. 2025 has been a very deep enlightenment year for me. That's why I'm not really sure if I should be posting videos anymore. But I was thinking about that because I know every month when I ovulate, I always ovulate 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after my period. And every time when I ovulate, I get extremely aroused. I get extremely horny. And I constantly, I'm like, what is that? And when I noticed it, I thought it was just maybe something was wrong with me. Maybe I need to drink more water. And then one day I found out how I found out it was actually eggs, is that I went to the clinic with my daughter, and my daughter told me that she had seen some in hers, and she was only 18 at the time. And he slipped up and said, "Oh, those your eggs." And after he said it, he looked at me and looked at my daughter and laughed it off and said, "No, they just damaged eggs. Them eggs." So he tried to flip, and I'm like, oh shit. And I looked at my daughter, but my daughter didn't know why I was looking at her, because my daughter, she wasn't on that. So I'm like, oh shit, that's what that shit is. Because every month when we discharge, when we ovulate, ladies, I want y'all to look at y'all discharge and see them little dots. They look like little, they look like little what the fuck that shit is? Fish eggs. What you call them, fish eggs? They look like little caviar eggs, and you're discharged. They are your egg that you just laid. Now, what if we take our eggs and actually put them in there? No, don't do that shit. That's some ritual type shit. I ain't even gonna do that myself. But I'm saying, when I was thinking about that, like, God damn. And then by the time we actually do have sex with the man, by the time we do have sex with the man and actually do get pregnant, we had already stopped ovulating. Because remember, we have to ovulate in between ovulation and a period. So it's like we ovulate and we lay our eggs, and it's like the period only cleans us. And then some people that ovulate after their eggs, it's like the period cleans them, and then they have their eggs. It's almost like it depends on the body type, you know. And I don't want to do no real deep research on it. But I was just thinking about that, like, damn. Like, we really don't need a man to have a baby. But the thing about it is that when we start having our eggs, I just bit my tongue. I haven't done that in years. When we start actually having our eggs, where do we put our eggs once they come out of us? Because we was never programmed. We was programmed to throw them in the trash, throw it in the toilet, right? So what do we do now, knowing that every month when we ovulate, we are actually laying our real eggs that we naturally supposed to have babies where no man is needed? What do we do with those eggs? We wasn't trained to know that, lady. So we are in a world where we don't got no handbook. So I don't know if this is really true or not, but I want y'all to give me your feedback, and I apologize for making this video long. Y'all know how I get down. I talk too fucking much. I know it. I'm a Sagittarius. But I want y'all to give me your feedback, because maybe my thoughts can enlighten y'all to think about something else, and then we can enlighten together as women, and we can shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is our year, ladies.